Hello everybody. For my game and education lesson plan assignment, I decided to pick the game Whack-A-Bone. And this game is going to go right along with our 6th grade science unit, which will be human body. And the human body unit is one that the 6th grade sciences focus on in the spring. Now in 6th grade science, just a little background, the human body unit is very introductory, so it brings up the skeleton, the organs, the basic functions of these things, but it really doesn't go too in depth with this at this age. Once students hit high school is when they will take the anatomy courses where they will learn a little bit more about the different parts and function of the human body. But it is important that they learn the basic parts of the human skeleton, where they go, what their names are, in order for them to be ready for their future studies with the human body. So the lesson that I chose was one that is going to kind of give them practice with the different parts of the human body. This is something that we've talked a little bit about before, prior to this lesson, but this lesson is really going to introduce them, give them some play time to understand the parts, the names of the human body, and just extra practice. And it's really going to help them understand. So as I said, Whack-A-Bone is the game I chose. And this game is going to take the students anywhere from 40 to 60 minutes to complete, depending on the individual student. So you'll hit begin, and there are 3 different levels to Whack-A-Bone, and in order to move on, you're going to have to score within a certain score to move to the next. So the only thing I'm going to take you through for this tutorial is the arm, but the activities that are completed within the arm activity are the same as the leg and the core, and then I'll discuss what goes on with level 2 and level 3. So the first stage of Whack-A-Bone is called the build stage, and you have to score at least an 80% to move on. So I'll begin and I'll show you what happens here. So what you're going to do is a bone will come up, so the carpals, you're going to put them where they go. So the students are going to have to move each part of the body where they go. And if the students do not get it right or put it in the wrong spot, then it will stop the students from moving on. So when you finish, it'll give you a score based on how long it took you, where you put your parts. It'll give you the final diagram here, and it'll ask you if you want to try again for more practice or if you want to go on. Now if you do not score within 80%, so a score of 80, it will not let you go on. So it's good practice because the students have to keep trying until they really get it right in a shorter amount of time. So next you're going to go on to the scan section. So once again you have to get an 80%. So you click, and this is the scanner tool. The top is going to tell you the name it wants you to find, and you're just going to find it and click on it. The names will match up for you, so it's a little easier because it gives you a little cheat sheet. And you're just going to go through, find, and click all of these parts, and it'll kind of take you through the bones multiple times so that it really hones in on where they are, what their names are, and things like that. Once again, if you get them right, it really won't let you click on, so you'll get your score here, and then as long as it's above 80, it'll let you move on. So as I said, this is the scan section. Once again, it'll show you the parts again, so it's just more reinforcement for the different types, which is really important for the students. So your next stage is called the whack. So this is the Whack-A-Bone stage, where you're going to use the mallet and it's going to tell you up here what to whack. So metacarpals, and you're going to whack each part. Now, if you do not whack the appropriate bone, it won't move. So it only moves like that if you whack the correct bone. And you have to make sure you get the yellow dot right over the bone. So even if you are near the bone, but it's not right on top of where it's located, it's not going to let you whack it, and therefore you might lose time and you might have to redo it again. So now it says, once you've hit 80, it says at the bottom, it'll say, wow, you've completed the arm. So that means I've completed the whole arm, and it'll blink here that I can go back to the menu and I can move on. So from here you'll move on to the leg, and the leg is similar. You'll go through and place the bones where they go. You'll go through and scan and click the bones, and then you'll whack the bones based on the name. Same with the core, you'll do the same. Moving on, you'll go to level 2. Level 2 is going to give you a full diagram of the human body, and this full diagram of the human body, you're going to scan the full diagram of the human body. So it'll be the scanning activity, but it'll be the full human body, and then the last level will be the whack-a-bone of the whole human body. So like I said, you have to complete each section, which is why it could take certain students longer than others, but it's a really good reinforcement task for students to really get to know this activity.